Why the Iran war, Iran versus Israel and the USA? I'm submitting what I consider a global biblical perspective. 5 points. Number one, an established fact, but not breathed by the mainstream media, is that millions of precious Iranian people have become Christians, Christ followers. And for that crime alone, thousands of them have and are being tortured, persecuted, imprisoned, and slaughtered. So, the number one reason from my global and Christian perspective is to restore freedom to the people of Iran after their 47 years of near total bondage under the Ayatollahs. Point number two, of course, that cannot happen without regime change. So that would also be a huge benefit of this war, to effect freedom for these suffering millions of Christians. Placating the Ayatollahs with billions of US dollars, as Obama and Biden did in succession, was absolutely disastrous, and it only strengthened their hand and influence as a state sponsor of terrorism. Third point, Iran, under its Ayatollahs, is the main, or has been the main, key state sponsor of terrorism when it comes to Hezbollah in Lebanon, the Houthis in Yemen, and Hamas in Gaza, not to mention others. That evil, persistent, and deliberate undermining of global peace desperately needs to be stopped and stanched. It's been long overdue. That's point number three. Number 4 of 5. Iran, for the past 47 years under these Ayatollahs, has been working feverishly towards developing a nuclear bomb. Simple question. I trust we can have an honest answer. Israel has been a nuclear power for a couple of decades now. Can you imagine Israel dropping a nuclear bomb on any nation? Preemptively? You know it serves only as a deterrent, and that Israel would not do so. But are you able to say that you trust an Ayatollah who has an implacable hatred for Israel, that he wouldn't use a nuclear bomb on Israel? Are you sure about that? You know the answer to that question, my friend. So Iran has to be stopped from developing a nuclear bomb, because if it did, it's close enough geographically to Israel to pose an existential threat to the very state of Israel. So they have to be stopped from developing a nuclear bomb. Here's a parenthetical but important note here about North Korea, in case you question, well, why not take out North Korea? Because they are also part of this axis of evil with Iran. North Korea does have a nuclear bomb, but by virtue of its geographic distance, it does not pose an existential threat to Israel. Also, it's too late now to prevent them due to the dithering of previous weak American presidents, both Democrat and Republican. They began in enrichment under Bill Clinton, and the test took place when George W. Bush was president. One cannot turn the clock back now. What can't be cured must now be endured, unfortunately. And point number 5 of 5, why this war between Iran on the one hand and Israel and the US on the other? The Strait of Hormuz, with approximately 20% of the world's oil being shipped through this key narrow waterway or strait, Strait. There is no way an evil regime bent on destroying Israel should have any controlling influence over such crucial assets that directly impact the global economy. If you don't believe me, consider the fact that not only has Iran fired at ships trying to pass through the Strait of Hormuz, but it has actually mined the waters in this key strait. Just for that, Iran should not only be military decapitated, but it has forfeited the right to have any more controlling influence over this Strait of Hormuz. If these 5 major significant points do not sway you away from the conflated lies of the mainstream media and hopefully enlighten your thought processes, then, friend, I have nothing more to say. I rest my case. God bless you. If you haven't yet, would you subscribe to our YouTube channel, hit the notification bell, like, share, and comment below. Thank you, and God bless you.